Hello friends, welcome to Tutorials Point. In this tutorial, we will discuss about the Prepare phase in SAP Lumira. So, what all things we can do in the Prepare tab? So, we can do the data cleansing, we can create the new measures, we can create the formulas, and we can add the new data set if we want. So, let's see how we can do all these in the tool. So, I will go to the file, I will create the new data set based on my text file. After that, I will select the text file on which I want to create my data set. And once it is acquired, I will click on Create. So once the data set is acquired, it appears under the Prepare tab. This data needs to be formatted before charting and the visualizations. So we can do the different types of formatting and the manipulations on this data. So the Prepare tab has the different panels that can be used to perform the functions on the data acquired. So here we can see that we have the measures and the dimensions listed on the left hand side of the window. So we can have the different view of data, like right now it is the grid view. If I want to change it to the facets, I can click on the facets and I can see my data in the facet form. After that, we have the option of showing and hiding the columns in the grid and the facet view. If I click on here, I will select the columns which I want to hide. Let's say if I want to hide the lines, I can click and I can click on Done. So now I cannot see the lines in my data set. Similarly, if I want to create the new calculated measure or the new calculated dimension, I can use this option. I can click on the new calculated measure. I can select the measure name. So let's say if I want to put it as a demo, and I want to multiply my quantity sold with the number 10. I can click OK and it will create the measure called demo under my measure values. I can use this newly created measure similar to the other measures which are coming from my data set. Similarly, I have the option of combining the multiple data sets. I can either merge or I can append the data set to the existing data set. Then I have the option of the refresh. Let's say if I got the document and if I want to refresh the data in the document, I can use this refresh the document data. Then I have the option of this undo and redo. Similarly, we have the properties associated with each and every measure and the dimension. Let's say if I have this customer satisfaction. If I go to the options here, I can change the aggregation to sum, average, count, count all, max, min, or even to none. Then if I want to display the formatting, I can click on here and I can select the value format. I can choose the display format. I can select the custom symbol. After that, if I go back again here, I can rename this, I can remove this, and I can create the calculated measure by using this measure value. Similarly, for the dimensions, we have the multiple options. If I go here, I can filter by using this dimension. I can convert it to number, I can convert it to integer, I can convert to the date time, I can create the measure out of it, I can create the hierarchy out of it, I can create the custom hierarchy, I can rename it, duplicate it, remove it, I can merge this column with some other column, I can hide from the dataset panel, and I can create the calculated dimension out of it. So all these actions I can perform using the Prepare tab in my SAP Lumira on my acquired data set. Now on the top we have this option of add the data set. So right now I'm using only this test.csv as a data set. If I want to add one more data set to this document, I can simply click on this add data set, and from here I can add more data set to the same document. And after that, I can use any one of them from the drop down, or I can combine them using the merge or the append option. Now on the right hand side of the window, I can see that these are the distinct values of my category column. I can see that I have 34 values out of the category column, and these many records are using each one of these values. Now I can perform the data actions on top of it, like which we have seen in the options. So the same way we can use the different options available here in the Prepare tab. So this is how we can use the Prepare tab in SAP Lumira tool to do the data manipulations, to do the data cleansing, to create the new measures, to create the formulas, and to add the new data set. So in this tutorial, we have seen how to use the Prepare tab in SAP Lumira. Thank you.